Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing another tutorial video. This tutorial will be a hopefully useful guide to setting up a new streaming journey. I will be going over the basics of setting up a Twitch page, using Stream Elements, and some of the other programs that I personally use. This video was made with a specific friend in mind who is a very new streamer, so if you would like to help me help him, please feel free to check him out with a link in the description. Now without any further ramblings, let's get on with today's tutorial. Okay, so before we officially begin, I would like to make a small disclaimer. I am in no way an expert on any of the things I'm about to talk about. I'm just a small streamer who had to learn all this stuff by themselves. I'm sure there are better, faster, and even easier ways to do some of the things that I do, but this way works for me, and if it helps even one person to start off streaming, then I feel like I did something helpful. Now, with that out of the way, let's begin. Alright, so starting off, we're going to look at the Twitch page first, as it is the first thing people see when they go to your page, and it's the first impression that they're going to get about you as a streamer. First and foremost, channel trailer. Not much to say about it. There's really just 3 guidelines. It's got to be your personal content, it's got to be under 60 seconds long, and it has to be copyright free. Really, that's all there is to it. You know, it could be gaming clips, as you can see. Mine is just random gaming clips. It could be you introducing yourself in front of a camera. It could be really whatever you want. It's your prerogative. Just something to introduce you. Just please remember, copyright free. I've had 3 of my channel trailers get taken down because music that I thought was copyright free was in fact not copyright free. So just very important for you to make sure of that before you publish it. Moving right down the list, we have the About section. This is where you will find, of course, your bio, as well as your links. Any links you have, you don't have to have links, but if you do, they'll show up here. The bio is important, though, because it will tell people a little bit about you as a streamer. It could be whatever you want here. It could be just about you as a person, about your stream, the games you play, how, like, literally whatever you want. Mine is a little, some would say, too short, but it does the job, right? It tells you that I stream 4 days a week. It tells you that I don't tolerate unkindness, right? And it tells you that I don't scream a lot. So I think it does what it needs to. You can be however long you want, under 300 characters, I think, whatever you need. Moving right along, we've got panels. Now, panels are not the backbone of Twitch, right? You don't have to have them, but I think some fun extensions can work wonders for making your stream fairly engaging. Like for mine, as you can see, I've got my merch store link. You click on it, it takes you to the merch store. It shows you all of my emotes and how to get them. I've got my sound alerts, so people can, while they're watching the stream, scroll down, click one, and play it, right? You've got the stream avatars that I use. You can very easily change your avatar without having to move off stream, yada yada. As well as my personal ones that I made, just to take you to different things, like my Discord server, TikTok, you get the idea. Panels are fairly easy. To edit them, you literally just go to your About, and you just hit the Edit Panels button. And it'll let you go through, add an image, add a link, add a description, press Submit, and boom, you're done. You've got a panel. Uncheck that, and you're back to normal view. Moving right along, you've got the schedule, which again, not the backbone of Twitch, but it does let people know when and where to find you. Like saying your favorite streamer hasn't been live in a few days, and you don't know why because they haven't communicated anything. Well, you can check their page to see if they're on vacation mode. Like just looking here, you see that I am scheduled to stream today. People know that I'm supposed to have been streaming this week. However, they can now come and see that I'm not streaming for another 5 days. So now they're not just sitting and wondering when I'll be live. They can see that I won't be live for another 5 days. Now, moving again right along, and we're just chugging and chugging, I'll show you how to edit all of these items. So, if you go to your About and you hit this About links and such, it'll take you here. Now, this is where you do your display name, username, your bio, and your links just on this first page. Now, you can move these around. However, when I do it, it happens to break it, and I'm not sure why. So you are supposed to be able to move them. Mine is just broken. Now, moving along to brand, this is where you change your profile picture, your color theme, your image, which the image is actually the one that's behind your channel trailer. You can't see it very well, but it is there. It just adds a little pop, you know. Also, your video player banner, which I know what it says, but really this is just your offline screen. So like if someone's lurking around as you go offline, they'll see this pop up to let them know, like, hey, this person's gone, come back another time, right? It doesn't have to be the same picture as your other banner. Mine just is because I think this is just adorable, right? So that's how you change all that. You can also change your schedule here. You can also go to featured content and change your channel trailer. So also moving right along again, I'm going to show you how to make some lovely clips. You go over here to video producer. Now it'll take you straight to your VODs. I recommend keeping VODs set to not auto-publish because of the copyright issue. As you can see, I have a VOD right here that has muted audio. That means at some point in my VOD, it caught something that would be a copyright strike if the VOD was published. Now, because it was private at first, all it did was mute it. So then when I go through and publish it, it's muted, so it can't detect anything, so it can't be copyright striked. Now, to make the clips, what you want to do is find a VOD, like say this one. You do have to publish it before you can make your clip, so you hit publish, then you go to VOD page, and you find whatever spot you want, like say this is the spot I want to make a clip of, right? Just me vibing around. I recommend pausing it so it doesn't just keep playing in the background. Then you hit this little clip icon here. It'll take you to your clipping page, which will load eventually. And then you can change the length of it. You can move this little bar around to change exactly where it is. You can name it. You can feature or not feature it on your home page. Once you get all that situated, you hit publish. Now once it's published, it will pop up in your clips here. You go down to clips, it'll pop up here. Now if you want to take these clips and leave them on Twitch, that's perfectly fine. People can see them on your clips page. Very valid thing to do. Now what I do, as well as a lot of other people, they will take these clips and they will post them on like TikTok or YouTube, right? Twitch has a function that makes that really easy. So say I want this one, right? I want this to be on Twitch or YouTube. I cropped a portrait, and this is actually the perfect size for both of those platforms. Now you can take on or off your channel name. You can also resize these like this. Remember, blue is bottom, pink is top. I recommend, if you have a face cam, like a regular face cam, I recommend putting your face on the top, because this is the perfect size for a webcam, yeah? And then you can come here and size this for your game. As you can see, my avatar is a little awkwardly shaped, so I have to put the blue there with the pink here. Just because I have an avatar, it's weird for me. However, if I did want just the game, I can go here to full, and now it gives you just this blue one, which you can also resize to have just what you want. Make it as big or as small as you want. Once you get that situated, you just save and export. Once you've saved and exported it, you can download it to your computer and post it anywhere in the big wide world that you want. Now, say that you forgot to post a clip, right? You're just scrolling through, having fun, and you find a random clip, right, from like months ago. You find a clip that you forgot to post that you no longer have the video for. You can actually go through, click on it, and if you've made the portrait before, you don't have to recrop it. You can just re-download it as it is, as the portrait. You could just click it, boom, instant download. And then, of course, again, you go through and post it to the internet. That's the basics of Twitch. Not much else to say there. Pretty beginner friendly, I think. So we will be moving on to the next. Alright, next we've got a short tour of OBS. Just some quick things. Docs, first and foremost. You can add custom browser docs. So like your Twitch actions, your stream information, and your Twitch activity feed, you can actually have all of this on OBS even if it doesn't show up here. What you do is you go to custom browser docs and say you want your Twitch actions, right? You go to your stream manager and got quick actions, activity feed, all that stuff. What you do is you pop out the one you want, and you take this link and you copy it. Then you go back to OBS, you name it, you paste your link, you hit apply, and it'll be here. So it'll come out, it'll just be like out and about like this. Now to slot it, what you do, hover over where you want it, it'll turn gray, you let it go, boom, now it's slotted. Quick and easy. Next, I'll show you some of my sources. This looks like a lot. I promise it's not a lot. Okay, I lied. It's a lot. But I recommend having your sources all in folders. So as you can see, I've got a lot going on. I've got a background for every game, right? You've got your scenes. I have all mine in, one folder. What you want to do is you want to layer these in the order of how you want them to show up. So I want my background, right? My backgrounds folder to be under my scenes folder. But I want my scenes folder to be under my borders folder, right? And because I'm using an avatar, that's going to be in camera bits, right? On top of my borders. So you want it to layer, you layer it in here the way you want it layered on stream, right? So for me, I've got in order bottom to top, backgrounds, scenes, pop-ups, community. Community is things like stream elements, sound alerts, stream avatars, all that good stuff. Then I've got my borders. Then I've got my camera bits, which is my avatar. We've got my hands border, as well as my hands capture. We've got, above that, sounds. Sounds doesn't really matter where you put it. Mine just happens to be right here. This is what this is. The audio mixture is just everything that's in my sounds folder. The other two I have hidden, well, that's why they're at the top, because I don't use them anymore, but I want to keep them just in case. And just like it sounds, you can hide en masse. So if I wanted to hide all my pop-ups, I would just, boop, no pop-ups can show up now. You can also move things as a whole or individually. What you do, like say I wanted to move just my avatar without moving my hands, I would unlock camera bits, then unlock my VTuber, make sure you click on the item you want, so it outlines in red, and now you're moving just this one item. To move the whole category, you unlock the category, click on the category, and now you're moving that as a whole. Pretty quick and easy there. I don't mess too much with OBS settings. That's really a Juan problem, not a me problem. He does it all. The only setting that I take control of is my advanced audio properties. Now this will determine what shows up on Twitch and what doesn't. So, as you can see, I've got a lot of sound items, like Discord. Discord shows up on both the VOD and live, right? But Spotify has copyrighted music. I don't want my VOD to hear my music. I want the stream live. I want you to be able to hear it while you're watching my stream, but I don't want you to be able to hear it when you're watching the VOD on Twitch. So, you uncheck this one, right? Check the two. Now, Spotify will only show up when you're watching live. Same thing with YouTube. Only shows up in the live feed, not the VOD feed. You can set that up by going to settings, and let's see if I can't find it right here. So go to output. Twitch VOD track is going to be 1. That's how I have it set. Audio track is set to 2. That's, again, audio track is live. VOD track is the VOD. So you can essentially set something, like say I wanted the VOD to hear gaming but not live. Don't know why you would do that, but you can set it to where people who are watching you live cannot hear the game, but only the VOD can. Or, like I have with Spotify, only live can hear Spotify, not the other way around. I'm sure you get it. I'm over explaining it. But that's basically how that works. Quick and easy. There's not much else I have for you on OBS, really. It's pretty quick and easy. Most things, you know, you add what you need. You know, if you have like an overlay, you add browser source, which I'll get into that in a moment as we move on to Stream Elements. Alright, next on the agenda is Stream Elements, which is kind of the hardest part, if I'm being honest. It's more time consuming, really. I'm only be talking about two sections, the chatbot section and the overlay section. So first and foremost, you got the chatbot, you got timers. This is simple and easy. Things like posting your Discord link in chat automatically, your TikTok link, things like that. You know, so I've got sound alerts, thank yous, Discord, you get the idea. You hit new, you type the name, you make sure that you have whatever you want typed out here, as well as the link. Make sure that you have a space after the link, otherwise it won't show up as a link. You set your minutes interval for online and offline. You also set your chat lines. So again, this is the minimum amount of chat lines in the last 5 minutes required to activate the timer. So say you've been, you know, you have it set for 30 minutes and no one's chatted for 29 minutes. If you don't get a chat line within that next minute, this will not post in your chat. You have to have at least one line of chat that isn't you for it to post. Alright, once you get that situated, you hit save and you're done. You can have as many as you'd like. On to chat commands. These are the default commands that show up. You can enable them, disable them. It tells you what they do. You can also add your own. So as you see, I've got lurk. So exclamation mark lurk in chat will make my bot say this in chat. That's the response you'll get. You go to advanced, set how long the cooldown is. You hit save. You're good to go. Commands, simple, easy, quick, love it. Alright, so overlays. This is the most time-consuming and honestly most irritating part about Stream Elements. It takes so long, and it's so easy to mess it up, and it's so frustrating, but it's a good thing to do because it gives you more things to add to make your stream more enticing. So, what you do is you press New Overlay. As you can see, I started a new one here, just to show you. I choose 1080p because I know that's what I'm streaming in. Choose whatever is best for you, press start, and boom, blank canvas. We love that. So, what you want to do is before you do anything else, before you do anything, hit copy overlay URL, go to OBS, +, browser. I'm going to name mine test, you name yours whatever you want. Make sure you choose the right screen size. I am 1920 by 1080. And then here, you make sure you paste the link you just copied. Make sure you hit Control Audio via OBS, that's very important. And you press OK. And now you are set up and ready to use it. So, there's so many things to do here. You've got your chat, you've got seasonal items, charity items, you've got videos, images, text, you've got your labels for like followers, bits, you've got goals, all that good stuff. You know, you just gotta mess around with it, set it up. You've got your engagement stuff. You've got your alert box, which I think is really cool. You've got your emote capagen, which I use like it's a religion, let me tell you. When I tell you that I use my emote explosion, it's the best. So the capagen is, I can actually show you. So the capagen, I'm using emotes, right? In the chat. You can see it pop up. That's the capagen. And when I say it's fantastic, it's fantastic. The more important thing I'm going to show you is the stream chat. You pull it up, you can resize it, you can change the font, you can change the color. So I'm going to do custom, let's make it red, right? You can pick a font, choose a font color, you know, whatever you want. Size it, bold it, italicize it, whatever. But Laffy, you say, How are you editing something you can't see? I'm glad you asked. So for this, you just go to OBS, you type a few random lines of chat, and boom, it will eventually pop up here. Now, you can actually edit this as you're able to see it. So, Laffy, you may ask, that doesn't show up on OBS. What do you mean? What do you mean you're editing it? It's not on OBS. I'm so glad you asked. The reason why you do the link first is so that way as you're editing things, you hit save. Make sure you name your overlay, right? You hit save, and boom. Now, it shows up on OBS. So now say that you want to make this box, say you want the box to be a different color. I want my box to be green now. Make the box green, changes it to green here. It's not green on OBS yet until you hit save. And now you have a green box on OBS as well. But Laffy, you ask, I have a very specific spot that I want my chat box to be. I don't know the exact positioning for it. How do I know the exact position for it? I'm glad you asked. So first what you want to do is go to OBS, right? And I'm assuming that your background, your overlay, is going to be under backgrounds. I will show you real quick. I'm going to turn everything off just to show you. You go to add, then you go to image, right? You find your background image. I'm going to do this one as test as well. You find your image. I know exactly where mine is. I like to keep things organized, as you can see. So we're going to use my old one for a reference, right? Once you have that image on there, right? You go over here, back to Stream Elements. You go to Add. You go to Static, Image. You make it the same size as your screen, which I'm assuming is going to be the whole size, which is fine. You go to Set Image. You choose your image. You have to upload. Choose it. Now you have the same image, right? So now what you do is you go to Stream Tools, Stream Chat. You hit it, and you line it up. And now, if you hit Save, the chat should pop up exactly where it's supposed to be. Yep, there it is. So as you can see, there is a chat there. So, make sure, right, that was just a good lesson right there. Make sure things are layered properly. Because the reason that that was blurred like this is because I had the Stream Elements under the picture. So make sure Stream Elements is over your picture, right? So now if you go through, it should be layered right. So if I change the chat position, go to Layers, Streams Chat, Settings. Now say if I wanted to change the color of my chat, I can. I can make this yellow if I wanted. Hit Save. And now I have a yellow chat in the exact spot that I want my chat to be. That's really all there is to it. You just add your picture and you line it up. All right, magic cut back to my regular background and overlay. So that was how to get your chat to line up with an already existing overlay. You do the same thing with your camera, but you do that in OBS. So if you have a camera, obviously I don't, you would just in OBS move the camera to exactly where you want it to be, quick and easy, make sure it's set above the picture, and boom. So now I'm going to explain to you why setting the audio via OBS was important. The alert box. So if you go through the settings, as you can see, there's an alert for just about anything. Just about. Let me go ahead and mute this tab. So if you go through, now you hit this little gear, you can change your image or make it a video, and you can upload your own sound, right? You can change what it looks like how the text is compared to the image. You can add your own text for it. You can set the duration. You can set a max username length. There's also variation settings, which I'll get to momentarily, because followers don't have variations, obviously. You can set your text settings, which I think is also cool. Change the color, the font, all that good stuff. There is also animation settings, which I'm not using because I'm not using an animation, but it's there. So, like the subscriber, right? You go through, and again, image, sound, how it looks like. You got what it says, the duration. But if you go to variation, this one actually has variations. So if someone's a resub, or if they gift a sub, or if it's a community gift, right? You can set those to be something different, with a different sound, with a different picture if you wanted. I have the same picture, just a different sound, right? It's all the same, just different sounds. But you can set all those literally individually: followers, subscribers, tips, cheers, and raids. It comes up in one little alert box that you set, and you can even see what it looks like to make sure it's set up right. So if you go to emulate, say I want to know what my subscriber event looks like, right? What if I get 1 subscriber? This is what it looks like.
Hey man, you want some bread?
See? Boom. That's pretty much how it looks, and you can check literally everything. Like, say now I want to see what a cheer looks like. What does a 1K cheer look like on my channel?
Holy shit! We'll always love you. I can't believe you did this to me. God damn it! How could you do this to me?
So, yeah, that's kind of all there is to the alert box. But that is why it was important for you to check the box that said to use the sound via OBS, because if I go back to OBS and I go over here, stream elements, that's what you just heard. The sound that you heard is this. So, if you don't have any sound, it's not important. But if you are going to use sound, that's why that's important. And that is the end of our stream element section, because I believe I've covered everything that is important to know for someone starting. Overlays and the chat stuff is really all you're going to need starting off. Of course, there's so many other settings you can use and mess with, but that comes later on, you know, not that important for right now. Alright, this next one is for people that only have one monitor or otherwise find it difficult to switch between seeing the chat and not seeing the chat, you know, looking back and forth between monitors. This is a program called Transparent Twitch Chat Overlay. I will put the link to the page to get it in the description. It is free, very useful, and essentially puts your chat over top of your game. Now, I know it's really hard for you to see it because I have a lot of dark colors here. I do. But there's a border here. It's right here. This is where I have it placed. You can place it anywhere on the screen you'd like, but this is mine. And you can toggle it to where you can't see the border. That's how I usually use it myself. That way, the chat is just transparent. What you do is you go to your settings on it. Once you download it and install it, you place it where you want it. You open the settings. You put your name. You get your channel ID by pressing this link, which will bring up this web page where you put in your username, convert it to ID, and you put the ID here. You can fade out old chat lines or keep them permanent. There's how long it takes. There's the chat filter settings here, which will block names, words, all that stuff. There's a sound. I'm sure you've heard it as I've been messing around with this video throughout. Whenever I type in chat, that's my sound. So when I'm wearing my headset and I'm in the middle of my game and I'm rocking and rolling, I'm doing my thing, this is how I know that there's a chat. Someone's in my chat talking to me whenever I hear that sound. And I know to just turn my eyes to my left. And I don't even gotta look to the other monitor, which is way over here. It's so far over there, in fact, that my avatar freaks out. I just have to look very slightly to the top left of my screen. Very simple, very easy. It goes really nicely over games. So actually, I'll show you. I will just open Overwatch real quick. Alright, so movie magic, game is open. So as you can see, if I go in and type in my chat, I can see it over top of my game. Sorry for all the dings. As you can see it over top of the game. Now, to make this work, you have to go into your game settings, right? And you have to have it set to borderless windowed. Otherwise, this won't work. It cannot be full screen. It has to be borderless window. But I mean, this program, it's really great for people with one monitor, people like me whose eyes have a hard time focusing. This is a really simple app. It's simple setup, simple use. Like I said, I'll put the link to it in the description if you want to use it and set it up. There you go. All right, last but certainly not least, we have stream avatars. I'm sure you've seen the little giraffe guy walking around my video. We love him. He's so cute. But this is the program to get it. It is on Steam. It is called Stream Avatars. This is the web page for it. I believe it is free. I am about 91% sure that it's free. The setup is fairly simple, you know. You load in here, you choose who can spawn. I choose everyone that is an active chatter. You know, they despawn after this many seconds. You know, you go through, you do all your settings stuff. Make sure that you're signed in on both of here. Make sure you're signed in here. And then once you get all that situated, you go through to Steam Workshop. Now, Steam Workshop, this is where you find avatars. So say you wanted, I don't know, a Dead by Daylight. Right? You type it, you make sure you spell it right, and now you will find Dead by Daylight stuff, right? So, once you find one you want, like say this one, you press download, continue, it'll do its thing, continue again, and boom, you have an avatar. I'm not sure how many you're allowed to download before the app tells you to go away, but there is a limit at some point. So once you go through, you can go to connect and it'll load it in for you. And boom, here you are. Now this is where the magic happens. You've got, if you say you want to spawn someone who's not really here, you go here and you spawn them, right? So these are all people that have been viewers at one point, right? So I can spawn them because they've been in my chat at some point, which I think is really cool. So now with this is really cool. You can right click them, right? And you can change them. So I can despawn myself. I can spawn. I can reload myself. I can whitelist and blacklist. So say there's someone that was really, really hateful, right? I can click on them, right? Right click on them, and I can blacklist them so that they never spawn. I'm not going to do that because I like all these people. So, anyways, say you yourself want to change your skin. You right click on yourself, you go into avatars, and this will be the full list of everything that you have, right? So say I wanted to be doctor. I click on them, you have to press this, and boom, now I'm doctor. Oh, I want to change to wraith. Easy. You have something in specific you want to search? Easy. As long as you can spell it. Boom. Now some avatars do come with colors and pieces and all that good stuff, right? And I don't have any avatars that come with any of that, but if you did, that's where you would set it. Some of them you can also set prices. This only applies if you are an affiliate. If you are an affiliated streamer, you can make these cost bits and channel points. Meaning, if someone, like I have mine set to where if someone wants to be Nia, right, a DBD character, they would have to spend $2 in bits. $2 in bits to be Nia. But once they unlock it, it's permanently unlocked. Now you, as a streamer, have everything automatically unlocked, which is great. It's fantastic. I mean, I can go through and just like, boom, I'm a duck, right? That's the basics of that. There's also backgrounds. It's the same way you got characters, you also can get backgrounds. So you got that. See, I've got the Among Us cafeteria. I've got the Google Rex thing, you know, DBD thing. It's really cool. I use none though, just because it makes it transparent. You can do things like drop bombs. They explode, boo, and knock everyone around. You can slingshot people like this. You just click on them, hold, and drag. You can add blocks here. That way people can't move past it like this. I can basically make this guy stay right here. He can't move because, well, he's blocked. There's ladders so people can move up. So if I did this and put a collision on this side, they would have to go up the ladder. Watch this. Pretty cool, right? So that's something you can do. This is how you spawn random avatars. You just hit the little gremlin and it spawns unnamed avatars. Also pretty cool. There's also, last thing, a pin. So you click on someone you want to pin and you can pin them, which is really cool. Right click to unpin them. You can also just, kind of throw people around like this, Like that's really cool. You can change the scale of the characters, right? You can change the scale of the name cards. You can say how many the name cards stack on top of each other. And the chat bubble scale. So if you type in chat, what it does is your character will speak, which is really cool. I love that. It's amazing. But that's really all there is to this. It's just an avatar bot so that avatars will walk around your thing. And it does save your settings, right? So, if I left and I came back, I'm still a duck, right? And it saves the background. So it saves it all, and it's very fun, very cool, and that's about it for this one. Alrighty, this was my first really long video. I'm very sure you guys could tell, though I do hope that its length and frankly quality doesn't distract from the parts that are actually useful. I do hope that I covered everything a beginner would want or need to know. I'm not sure how to add automatic chapters to a YouTube video, but if I do figure it out, I'm sure you will have already seen it while watching the video. As always, feedback is very important to us, so if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or general feedback about this video or any others, please feel free to leave it in the comments. We respond to every comment, and we take them all to heart. Please send my inspiration for this video a follow over on Twitch. The link is in the description, and be sure to check him out on his next live. Remember to sub to this channel and like this video if you thought it was useful, but until next time, the lounge is closing for the night.